Well, good morning, YouTube, and welcome to another week in the life of running our dealership, NG Supercars.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is NG Supercars. This is our dealership, and we're going to bring you along as we do our business, buy and sell cars, work on cars, and, well, try and hopefully run the business well. I'm not exactly sure what's going on yet this week. I got to get my head wrapped around everything. It was Father's Day yesterday, so happy Father's Day belatedly to all of you fathers. And, well, I know we got a lot of service cars going on. We need to buy some cars. That's kind of a problem. We don't really have anything in inventory because that car is sold. This car is actually in inventory. So we actually have one Ferrari. One. When you're selling Ferraris, it's not great to only have one Ferrari. If you don't know, the Ferrari market has been going absolutely nuts. So it's almost impossible to keep these in stock. So anytime we get a car, we feel like we're pricing them very fairly. Is I think the big thing is we're one of the few dealerships that's not trying to absolutely fleece everyone right now, because people are trying to shoot for the moon. We've seen the prices that just make absolutely no sense. We're seeing 360 manuals listed at $400,000 plus, which, I mean, good on them if they find someone to buy it for that. But I'd rather sell a car than have it sit for 8 months while no one buys it. But that's just us. We like to actually make our customers happy and be fair. Yeah, so let's just go through everything that's right here, right now, and we'll talk about the things I know are going to happen, and we'll go from there. So first of all, before we do me a quick favor. Click on the little like button and subscribe to this channel. And also go to our main channel, normalguysupercar.com, and subscribe to that channel. We do appreciate your guys' support. You can also support us by going to ngsupercars.com, our dealership website, and normalguysupercar.com, our parts and services website. We appreciate all of your support. I mean, genuinely, it's hard to describe just how much I appreciate it. This all exists because of you guys, which is absolutely incredible. So thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Okay, so yellow car right behind me is underway for a conversion. So it came in, we're converting it. We still gotta get the trans out, still gotta do a bunch of work here, gotta get the exhaust out of the way, and still gotta remove the interior. So might be working on that today, might not, I'm not sure. We'll just figure out where we're at. That car over there, yeah, if you saw the last video, the last vlog, I kind of reinstalled the valve covers and we didn't have the variator solenoids in yet, and so I'm a dumbass and I had to remove the valve covers. So we will be reinstalling the valve covers once we get the variator solenoids replaced. And then we can continue working on that car and get that thing wrapped up. So I suspect hopefully we'll have those parts in the next few days. We'll see. This guy who bought this car is going to have us do a bunch of work on it, so we need to create his RO and get that underway. Obviously, we want to try and sell this car this week, so we're going to have it get pictures and all that stuff and get it listed on the website, and one of you can buy it. This car sold over the weekend. Yes, officially sold, I should say. So we had a handshake agreement to buy it. The buyer flew in, inspected it, drove it, took it for a test drive, all that jazz, and actually paid for it. So it is his, and we are waiting for some parts. Seems to be a common theme around here. Wonder why. Well, anyway, I ordered those parts a while ago. I gotta check on where they're at in the shipping world. Hopefully we're gonna get those today. Would be great, because then I could get this car wrapped up. All I need is some bug just fell on me. That was cool. Yes, the joys of having a shop that's very rural in Texas. You get stuff like bugs literally just falling out of the ceiling onto your arm. Anyway, we'll get this wrapped up. It needs, I can't remember now, it needs a few things. It needs wheel bearing and some other stuff. So yeah, we'll get that taken care of. This car, waiting for Randy to get back from vacation because I don't want to touch it. That car I was working on last week, so we're getting close to the point at which we'll pull the transmission. So need to disconnect the drive shafts. I gotta remove the rest of the exhaust. That's what I got, the exhaust like almost out, but not quite. So I ran the clutch line. Still gotta do some other stuff. So we're making progress on that car as well. We're ultimately not able to finish this up until we get the dashboard back from the leather shop. So the leather guy is supposed to have that maybe this week. We'll see. And then next to the queue, we have that car, which will be getting converted, and that car, which will be getting converted, and the 458, yeah. We need to create another RO for that car, so that's our friend John's car. And the differential is having some fits. Apparently this is a thing. It can happen to these 458s. I haven't really heard about this one until it happened, and we researched it, and apparently it's something that happens. So we'll go into that when we actually start working on it and explain what's going on. McLaren is for sale. Yeah, still for sale. And this car, the guy who is trying to buy this car is supposed to have someone come out and do a PPI in it, I believe today, and then we can get that deal wrapped up. So we can hopefully have that car all done and sold and have a happy buyer soon. So that's all the cars in the shop. Not in the shop, we're, I don't know if we really even have any cars that we're actively pursuing at the moment, which is a problem. There's just not much on the market. There's, I don't know, let's say less than 10 430s on the market, and maybe 15 360s on the market, and maybe another 10 to 15 458s on the market. And those are the cars that we love to buy. Those are our favorite cars. And so when you only have a pool of maybe 30 cars total in the entire country, yeah, it's a problem. So I don't know. We might have to get creative. We might have to think about things beyond just what we see. I don't know. Anyway, if you happen to want to sell one of your cars, reach out to us. Go to our website, ngsupercars.com, fill out the form. Let us know what you got. Let us know what you're wanting to get for it. Please be realistic. Understand that the few auctions that have gone for astronomical numbers are not reality. Not yet. Maybe they will be in a couple months. I don't know. The way things are going, who knows? But they aren't what we're actually seeing. So keep that in mind. Also, if you want to buy a car from us, if you're looking to get one of these cars and you'd like to get on our list and be notified when we have one of these cars, go to ngsc.me/thelist and fill out the information, and we will let you know when we have cars of interest that match what you're looking for. Okay. That's the other thing. I got to make a phone call this morning because we have a consultation client who wants us to go look at a car in California. So I might be going out to California later this week. Also, another thing that's supposed to be happening this week, we're supposed to get our new trailer. Yeah, we bought a trailer. Yay! I sold my old trailer. I sold the single car enclosed hauler because, the door exploded on it, and I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. So it's gone. We still have the big 2-car hauler sitting out there collecting dust. But we decided to buy a open trailer, one of those ones that lowers to the ground and has like a zero entrance where, basically you don't have to worry about scraping at all. So we decided that's really helpful for when we need to move cars locally or within a very reasonable range where, if it gets rained on, big deal. But, obviously you don't want to go like cross country with it necessarily with one of these cars. But, it could. That trailer's supposed to get delivered probably today, but more likely tomorrow. So that'd be great. We'll show you that thing. And, yeah, so I'm going to jump on the computer, get caught up on that. I'm not sure if I want to start making ROs yet. I got to talk to Josh. And then I'm going to start wrenching on some cars. So, and that sounds like Jamie. I think our social media person is here. So I need to talk to her because I want to make her get you guys some more content. Yeah, nice. All right, YouTube, it's almost 4 o'clock and the day is evolving and so is the week. So made some progress on this car. The parts arrived. This is the car that was underneath the Audi. So I changed out the right fuel pump. I'm about to change out the left fuel pump. And then I have the wheel bearings to replace. And then I think that's basically it on this car. So hopefully I can get that done tomorrow. There's no way I'm going to have time to do the wheel bearings today, but I should be able to hopefully get the wheel bearings done tomorrow. And if so, we can drive it a little bit and then call this car good and maybe even get it shipped out of here sometime later this week. That would be awesome. Other things that evolved this week. I am flying out to LA as of about an hour ago. So I did a consultation with a client. He has a car that he wants us to look at. So I am flying out to LA to go look at that car. Now I haven't booked my flights yet because I'm trying to negotiate on another car that we might be interested in buying. So it's kind of like, well, if I'm going to go out there, is there another car that we can look at? that's one of the things we always try and do is like, if we're going to go somewhere that's got, lots of cars. So like, if we go to Miami or Chicago or New York or LA, any of the big cities that have lots of exotic cars, we try and see if there's any other cars that would be of interest to us or interest to our clients or something like that, and see if we can't work something out. So I'm trying to work a deal on this other car. We'll see. Yeah, I need to work on that and try and get my tickets booked. And the only reason I haven't booked my tickets is because if I can get the second car, that means I need to stay in a hotel overnight. If I only need the one car, I can probably do an out and back because I can get to LA at about 8 a.m. The car is only about 30 minutes from the airport, and then I can get back to the airport about 3 or 4 in the afternoon because I need about 2 to 3 hours to look at the car. So that gives me plenty of time, even with LA traffic, and then I can catch a flight around like 5 or 6 or so and get home at like 11 o'clock at night. Long day, shitty day, but still out and back. I'd rather sleep in my own bed than a hotel bed. It's always better. So anyway, I'm gonna work on figuring that out and then get that fuel pump done and call it a day. So that's the plan. All right, YouTube, it's 6. Actually, it's after 6. Got the fuel pumps in on that car, and we'll test it tomorrow. Still got to do the wheel bearings. Yeah, I ran late because I ended up having to book my flights to go to Los Angeles, so I am going to do that for sure. I'm going to fly out on Wednesday and fly home Thursday. And there's another car we're interested in. I still don't have a handshake deal on it, so I'm still working on that. But hopefully I can make that happen. Otherwise, I'll be just chilling in Los Angeles for an entire day doing nothing, which I hate, but I just would rather take that gamble. Anyway, that's it for today. So we got some wrenching done. Great. We'll do some more wrenching tomorrow. Great. And I'll see you guys then. Bye. Oh, hold up. Literally turned off the camera, started shutting down everything, pack up my stuff to go home, and I got a phone call from the dealership for the second car, the one that we want to buy for ourselves. And yes, we're going to hold it, and I'm going to go see that car too. So now I have 2 cars to check out in LA. Nice. Makes it better. I always like when we can be efficient with the flights, because let's be real, I don't want to fly that much. I don't want to be living on an airplane or in hotels. That sucks. Like, it's one of those, here's the thing about traveling. You're like, oh, I want to travel for my job. It'd be cool. I get to do all these fun things and go see all these places. And then you actually do it and you're like, oh, this sucks. Like, the airport food, hotel beds, moving around, getting up at weird hours, all this weird bullshit stress. Nope, not that cool. So anyway, well, at least I got 2 things lined up for Wednesday. If I get any more, I'll probably have to bump the flight on Thursday. We'll see. Anyway, nice. Good morning, YouTube. It's Tuesday. So, what? Oh, dear God. I hate those red bastards.
And I can't snatch it.
I know. We're gonna have to use the salt gun and assault. I think.
You have to assault it?
Yeah, assault it with the salt gun. I think the salt gun's in Josh's office.
Paper towel. I can just,
Oh hell no! You don't want to do that.
because if I hit it on the ground, I can step on it.
All right, let's watch Jamie Ninja this shit. And there's some blue towels over around the corner. Our entertainment for this morning is apparently trying to smash this red bastard without getting stung. I'm ready to run.
These are thicker.
Oh, hell no.
These are thicker.
Hell no. Oh, he's mad. Oh, no. Oh, she got him.
Okay, we're safe.
We're safe. Dude, I don't know what it is about the red guys. We have had, I don't know, 50, 60 of them in the shop in the last week, ever since I murdered their nest. I mean, I guess that's... You know, the crazy part though is I don't know where they keep coming from. They keep coming. Like, we gotta, you know what we need to do is search the perimeter of the building, because there's gotta be another nest. Or maybe there's a nest inside the building, although I feel like we'd see more of them. Anyway, I have a surprise for you, YouTube. Check this out. We just got this morning. I'm super excited about this. Oh shit, we got a new trailer. Look at that. It's a shifter. It's made by the Futura people. I have not even looked at it yet. but looks pretty sweet. So if you don't know, this is one of the trailers that you pull these pins right here, and the whole thing goes to the ground. Oh shit, that's so badass. And it's got a built-in winch. All right, we should probably like, oh, look at that. Oh shit, look at this. All right, I need to read up on how to use this thing before I start playing with it and break something. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna read up on this, and then we're gonna play with it. And then we need to park it somewhere because it can't obviously live right here. But nice. And it's got the shield so we don't kick up any rocks and ding our shit. Oh man, and look at that. We even got straps. Hells yes. What is that? Oh, it's a torque wrench? Dude, they even give you a torque wrench from the factory? Well, that's kind of nice of them. Supposedly it's got a spare tire, like, under it. Oh my god, it does. Dude. This thing is the shit. It was super expensive, by the way. Yeah, that's the only downside. It was quite pricey. But holy shit balls, that thing is badass. All right, we're going to play with that in a minute. I got to read the instructions first, and then we'll play with it, because I don't want to break it. And we got in another thing. So we have 2 IPE exhausts, and now we have an S-line exhaust. Yes. So this one is going on the red Spider in the corner. Which one's going where? Well, there's... God, that means actually we have 3 IPE exhausts right now. We have one that's going on this car right here, which is right here. It's chilling right there. So we got the rear section, cats, headers. Very, very nice. So that's going in this car. Then, which one's going where? I think RO49, RO39. Okay, 49 is for that car. 39 is... Which one's 39? Oh, that car's not here yet. That's right. Well, that solves that. Today I'm going to be changing out the wheel bearing on this guy, or possibly 2 wheel bearings. I'm not sure which one's bad. We think it's the front, so I'm going to start at the front because I think those are easier to do than the rear. The rear, we have that rear nut we got to take off and all that fun stuff. So, yay. We'll be playing with that. Otherwise, oh, no, I know. I think I already told you guys. Yeah, I already told you guys about Wednesday. Okay, cool. Oh, a quick side note. We have been getting a lot of PPIs, which is great. Do me a favor, though. Maybe talk to us before buying the PPI just to make sure that we're going to be able to help you with the PPI. We have been so far able to help everyone. It's just we had 2 people submit PPIs without talking to us first, and I just don't want them to buy the PPI and then be in a situation where we're booked up or the car's already sold or something like that. It's not a big deal. If you do, we'll just refund you if we can't do it. But we obviously try our best. But anyway, if you want to get a PPI done on a car, go to normalguysupercar.com, go to our services page, and there you can see our hourly consultations and our PPI service. Been getting a lot of PPIs lately, I think because a lot of people are wanting to buy cars right now. So anyway, that's it for the moment. I need to read some instructions, and then we're going to play with the trailer. All right, YouTube, check it out. The S-line exhaust for the Ferrari F430, yes, is unpacked. We're going to install this glorious sounding exhaust on that Ferrari F430 soon. We will, of course, let you hear it as soon as we have it set up. But yeah, I need to hook up the trailer and demonstrate it. I want to try lowering it, but it says not to do that unless it's hooked up to a truck because, probably shifts weight and so on and so on. So let's do that. We'll hook up to my truck. We'll demonstrate it, and then I need to park it somewhere where it's out of the way because it's right now just kind of chilling in the middle of our driveway, which is not really a good thing. Oh, before I forget, I also have an update. So the car that we want to buy for ourselves, the F430, the second car that I'm looking at tomorrow, they called me this morning or sent me a text and said that they have someone else coming to look at it. So here's the thing. They said they wouldn't take a deposit. And I was like, oh, well, I'll fly out there on Wednesday and take a look at it. And they wouldn't take that as we'll hold it. Or I don't know. Anyway, it's been confusing. I don't know what's going to happen. So I might end up only having the one car to look at, which is going to piss me off because I was all excited to have 2 cars to look at and possibly a car that we could buy. And, they're like, well, you could just buy it and send us the money. And I'm just like, no, we can't do that. We don't buy cars sight unseen. It's just too much risk, not worth it. So no, we're not going to do that. So I'll keep you updated, figure out what happens. I guess maybe I should have flown out there today instead of tomorrow. It's frustrating. All right, got the trailer hooked up to the truck. I need to get a taller stand for it, or I need to get a lower hitch receiver because it was maxed out like within a millimeter. Like basically had to jump on the truck in order to get the truck to have the ball clear the hitch. But anyway, let's test this puppy out. I tested the lights, they all work. So we've got our little container here. And where's my remote? Ah, there it is. We have a remote control, and we have our little, that thing, which turns on all the power. So we gotta flip our little safeties here, and here, and of course the other side. And if we were actually loading a car, we'd actually pop this pin out, and then flip this out of the way. So that's kind of cool. All right, pop this, and this. Okay, theoretically, oh, look at that! Oh, that actually moves pretty quick. Oh, that's so sweet. Boom! Look at that! Like no entrance at all, just right up the ramp. And since you have the remote, you can sit in the car with the remote. Oh yeah, and we got a winch too. Oh, that's a pretty fast winch. Nice. Dude, this thing's sweet. All right, let's go up. Oh shit, that's fast. That is sweet. Come on, that's cool as shit. Look at this. All right, let's do it again. Oh yeah. That is super, super badass. It actually takes less time to go up than down. Shit, that's awesome. All right, well, that's pretty badass. Look at that. Sweet. And then just lock it into place and we're all done. I am super pleased with this. Well, I'm gonna go park it and then call it good for now. Okay, YouTube, so we've been having a discussion. This has actually been something we've been discussing for a while, and I have bad news. We are turning off the discount code NGS10 on our website, normalguysupercar.com. Sorry to say, the math doesn't work. The math ain't mathin'. Our costs have gone up on some of these products. Our margins have shrank. The cost to operate the website has gone up. The cost to operate employees and all that stuff is expensive. And it's gotten to the point where basically that website doesn't really make us any money anymore. So we need to get back that 10% margin in order to actually make it so we can make money on the website to continue operating it. So I'm sorry, as of July 5th, it will no longer be available. We'll still try and run some specials when we have discounts that are passed along from our manufacturers and our third parties that we work with. But sorry, yeah, we had to do it. It's something we wrestled with a long time. We've been doing this for almost a decade, and I feel bad that we have to, but sorry. All right, YouTube, been working on getting the wheel bearings out on this car. The rear one is fighting me very, very challenging. Anyway, it's late in the day. It's after 5:30 or so. I'm gonna let Josh do it. I could not get the damn axle shaft out of the wheel bearing. It's in there.
Let it soak overnight.
Yeah, I'm gonna spray a shit ton more PB Blaster and let it chill overnight. I already whacked it enough that it started mushrooming the head, so we gotta be careful on that. We don't want to have to.
That's probably the one that's fried then.
There's a lot of dirt and shit around it, so I think it blew out. Cause like I look at how this one's like almost totally clean, and that one has dirt everywhere. We couldn't tell if it was the front or rear. We knew it was on the left side. We couldn't tell which one, so I pulled off the front stuff, and when you spin the bearing, it's like butter. But the rear one, it can't spin because it's still got the axle shaft in there. So, yeah, fun. I have all the big hammers and tools and stuff. Well, anyway, we'll get it out. We'll get it fixed. But I'll see you guys in the morning. We're going to be going to LA, looking at some cars. Well, we're at the airport again. Welcome to my life. Busier than when I go to the 5 a.m. flights. This one's not till 7:30. But interesting thing is, like, I think the summer travel's kicking up because we have a lot more kids here. Like 20% of the passengers are kids. So no big deal. But like the TSA stuff, they don't know how to do it very well. So like it takes longer. Never get behind a group of kids like a family. Nope, it's a bad move. Find the business travelers. They know what they're doing. So the situation changed dramatically late last night. Got a phone call from the dealer who was selling the 430 that we were trying to buy for ourselves, and they sold it. They would not take a deposit. They would not hold it for me or anything like that. I let them know I was flying out, and so they sold it, which is disappointing. But they called and said they sold it, and I went online and looked, and they increased the price by $16,000. So that's what's really going on, is they didn't like my price and they want a better price. So it's kind of bullshit. So I'm a little pissed about that. We'll talk more about that later. All right, we're in LAX at the rental car facility, and so it's like really busy right now. Like the bus for the rental car place was super full, and Hertz only has 2 lanes open to check out. There is cars, and I'm guessing it's gonna take an hour deep to get out for some of these cars, because I don't know why we haven't moved at all. So maybe it's lied. Maybe it's not actually 2 lanes open. Maybe it's only 1 lane open, because that lane has they finally sent a car through on this side. First one. I've been here for at least 5 minutes. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, yeah, so I'm a little bit frustrated because the second car I was supposed to look at was a 430 Spider we were going to buy for ourselves, black on black, fairly reasonable price. So I told them, I'm like, I'm going to buy the car, I just need to see it. And they're like, okay. I'm like, can you do deposit? And they're like, nope, we don't do deposits. I'm like, okay, well, how about proof of my flight? And they're like, no, we just, blah, blah, blah. We don't hold cars. I'm like, okay, whatever, fine, I'll have to take that risk. Because we can't buy the car and then get it and then find out it's a turd. It just isn't worth the risk. They called me late last night and let me know that they sold it to someone else. And I'm like, that's at least they called me, but it's still bullshit. Like, it's like, come on, guys. This is why we do deposits. And anyone that bitches about deposits, this is why you want deposits, because it gives you the opportunity to hold the car for a brief period of time while you get your shit together, while you fly out there, while you get your finance together. It doesn't mean it's for infinity. And also, oftentimes it's non-refundable. We do non-refundable, other places do non-refundable. That's because you're buying that period of time, which is a cost for that company. So, but that's why our deposits are usually really cheap, like $1,000 or $2,000. We don't have some places have like crazy deposits, like $25,000 and stuff. Anyway, so I looked up last night as I was going to bed, and I saw the car was still listed online for $16,000 more than what we had agreed to buy it for. So I'm pretty sure that's what really happened, is they marked it up. They found someone else who's willing to pay more than me, and so they wanted to sell it to this other guy. And anyway, that part chaps my ass, like marking the price up and stuff after we had an agreement because the market's hot or whatever. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, so your thoughts. Do you guys like or hate deposits? What about companies that change prices after you have an agreement, even if they sell it to someone else for more? I just don't want to get in that business. I feel like that's how you piss people off, because I was pissed off. Like, that was my thing, is I felt slighted. I felt like we had shit happen that wasn't fair to us. So I don't want to do that to you guys, to our clients. So that's why we don't do things that way. Someday we'll get out of here and hopefully go look at this other car. All right, made it out of there. Took about 20 minutes, not too awful, but we got only 20 minutes drive to get to where we're going, and then that's it. Like that's the problem. I looked and looked and looked, and I could not find any other cars that are worthy of my time to go try and look at. So after that, I guess I'll probably grab lunch and go back to the airport. I had to change my flights because originally with both those cars, there was no way I was gonna be able to do an out and back. So I had already booked a hotel, and I booked flights for tomorrow to return home and blah, blah, blah. So I had to cancel my hotel. Thankfully, it was still within the refund period because, the hotels are, I'm gonna bitch about hotels. Hotels are awful because, like, I've had to cancel hotels, and they've just, when you cancel, they, like, keep the entire money. Okay, but then they don't give you any of the points. So, like, you got all the money, give me the points at least. Come on, you made the money, you assholes. But anyway, it's not a big deal, but it is what it is. Like, we have crazy shifting schedules sometimes with all of these PPIs and various travel things and last minute deals and stuff. So you have to just kind of be nimble and ready to change flights and change stuff. That's why I always bring extra clothes, because you never know. Beyond just like airplanes could be late, weather, whatever, might get stuck somewhere. But also, like, things could change. The next thing you know, I don't know, maybe someone calls today and they're like, oh, hey, there is a car in LA I want you to look at. Or maybe there's a car somewhere in California and I have to fly somewhere else. So who knows? So I'm flying back, but it's not till like 6:30 tonight because the one that was at like 3 or 4, they wanted like $1,000 more to get on that flight. I was like, fuck you guys, that's stupid. Versus the flight at 6:30 was only like $38 more. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll eat $38, fine. But I'm not paying $1,000 more to leave 2 hours sooner. Like, no, that's stupid. Anyway, that would basically eat up all of our profit on this PPI. So, all right, let's take a look at this damn car. And I shouldn't say damn, it's a pretty nice car. Let's take a look at this car, and hopefully it's as good as the pictures suggest. All right, looked over the car. It is pretty good. So I think the client will probably buy it and should be happy. Totally didn't have a chance to film it. Was chatting with the dealership and the dealers there. Really nice guys, really cool place. Yeah, overall just a good experience, good car. So heading back to the airport, but I'm gonna stop and grab lunch. I kind of thought about something. So I've determined I know why people in California drive so aggressively. It's because the driving here is infuriating. Like, the stoplights. It's like almost every stoplight, it takes 2 cycles to get through. Function of the stoplights don't let the cars go through enough, and there's so many cars. So, like, nothing ever takes as long as it says on the maps. Like, it always takes longer because there's too much shit. Too many cars, too many whatever. It sucks. Well, anyway, I can't even get into Sky Club for another 2 hours or an hour and a half, so I don't want to get to the airport too early because I'd like to be able to just like set up camp and do some work before my flight, upload all these videos, make the PPI report, all that stuff. I don't want to have to like sit somewhere else and then move around and then whatever. Plus then I can grab a beer or something. But anyway, grabbing lunch. All right, YouTube, so I just grabbed In-N-Out because, California, grab In-N-Out. And that was a very eventful 15, 20 minutes or whatever. Well, to start off, I saw some great things in humanity. There was a guy who was, I'm assuming, homeless. But anyway, he was very disheveled looking. He's wearing like long jackets, and it's the middle of summer, so probably, again, making assumptions, but probably mentally ill. During my lunch, I saw 2 separate individuals come up and offer him food, or one person handed him gift cards and one person offered to buy him lunch. I thought that was really impressive. But second thing that was a little bit more interesting. So I'm almost done. I'm finishing up eating, and this kid with his family all of a sudden like gets up, coughs a little bit, starts running towards the bathroom, doesn't make it, and just pukes all over. felt bad for the kid. And yeah, puke, fun. So anyway, go back, drop off the rental car, go to the airport, and do my PPI work. Sweet. Well, it looks like Josh had a eventful day yesterday. I was actually just chatting with him, and apparently the wheel bearing on the rear of this car was an absolute nightmare to get off. So he eventually got it off and replaced the wheel bearing, and it's a-okay. So runs great now. Well, I'm just getting situated back from the trip, which was successful. Yay! I didn't get back till like 12:30 or so. Didn't fall asleep till 1. So I'm a little bit dragging ass today. A little bit slow. I don't think we have the variators for that. Variator solenoids. I keep saying variators. I should specify variator solenoids for that car. Don't think we have those yet, so we can't finish up that car. I think there was 1 or 2 other things we're going to do in this car. I know our leather guy's coming out tomorrow to do the leather on this car, so that's great. Yeah, we'll check on the status of everything and get caught up on a few other things. Yes, I'm gonna sit down at the computer and get caught up, and then I'll reconvene with you once I know better what's going on today. Sweet. All right, Josh is testing out our shifter trailer. One of the problems with the shifter is they're so short you can't really see because the rock guard blocks your view. So it's just maybe a little bit further, not much more. That's probably good. Should be able to winch it up from there. Whoop. Park is a good thing. Yeah. Well, this will be our first test run.
I was backing it up, and when I went to put it in drive, I like reached for a paddle. So you see the Ferraris.
You're like, hey, why won't it go in gear? No, dude, if you drive a 458 a lot, you start pushing the steering wheel for the turn signals. I'll say, we shall see. It didn't smell bad.
I think we're okay.
At least we're doing a small car first, too. It's in gear. There it goes. Ha ha ha! Maybe a tiny bit more.
Tiny bit more?
Yeah, that's good. All right, raise it up. Now raise it and you can clear the door. That's so cool. Dude, that was easy.
We should have got this a long time ago.
No kidding.
We could have used it so many times.
Oh my god. Oh, you put it in park and everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. All right, YouTube, it's after 5. We have this car just about ready to have the transmission out. We should be able to get it out first thing in the morning. We forgot to drain the oil. Actually, well, Randy told me the oil was drained, and he lied to me. It was not
The
drained.
drain that doesn't keep draining.
Dude, it's been draining for 15 minutes, and it's still going. So we're going to just let it drain overnight. But we started pulling the trans, and when it separated the seal, also oil just went, and just gushed out everywhere. And we're like, oh, well, that's a problem. We just quickly scrambled and started draining the oil.
Slow down.
Yeah, now it's just barely starting to slow down. Good Lord. Well, we'll get that out tomorrow. I don't know what else we're working on, but
That yellow car?
yeah, the yellow car. Maybe we pull that thing out too. We get the trans out on both of these things as long as we're doing it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We can start cutting that one back.
Oh, Josh's going to test out the shifter.
Yeah, hell yeah. That trailer's awesome.
So we'll see how that goes. And then, I don't know. We'll see what other crap we got going on tomorrow. So stay tuned. Good morning, YouTube, and happy Friday. And we have Mo, the supervisor, here to help me because he doesn't think I'm doing a good enough job.
That's right. You suck, Dad. You're a good boy, Mo.
Yeah, you good boy. Well, we are going to get that transmission out today and possibly rebuild the CV joints, which is a really, really, really gross job. Lots of grease everywhere. Super fun. Not really. So that's what I'm working on first thing this morning, and if I can get those two jobs done, maybe we'll pull the transmission on that one too. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I would like to make some progress on this car, so yeah. See, I already got the axles disconnected. You can see how the CV joint is all ballooned out like that. And you see all that grease right there at the edge? Yeah, it let go. There was grease flung all around in a circle, and that's usually a bad sign. It means no bueno. So those need to be rebuilt. No big deal. We'll take care of them. And it drained oil. Yay, it's finally stopped draining. So that's a good sign. So good. Still got to drain the trans, so I'll do that first. And there it is. Mo assumed the position. He is now officially supervising. All right, so I'm going to start working on that.
Moses, what you doing, buddy?
All right, YouTube. Got some more progress on that car. Been wrenching on it this morning. Had some phone calls. Working on deals. Buy, sell. Trying to make money. So I've actually been distracted on the phone for a little while. So we've got a 48 that's supposed to get dropped off in the next hour or two for a consultation client. Hopefully it gets dropped off soon because I'd like to just take care of it and be done with it. And if you remember, we had an Aston Martin that was on consignment from our friend forever. That car's finally ready. We actually had it at the Aston Martin dealership. They were doing some work on it, and they say it's done. So sweet. We finally go get that car. Josh is actually going to go grab it with the trailer, so we should have it here shortly. Nice. Mo is going to inspect some more things. Good job, Mo. And I am going to keep wrenching on this thing. So, yeah. All right, YouTube, I'm going to wrap it up fast because I just got text from my nanny that my kid just got stung by a bunch of yellow jackets. So he's obviously hurt and I'd like to get home. So Mo and I are going to go home. It's the end of the week. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. NormalGuySupercar.com, ngsupercars.com. You know the drill. Lots of cool car stuff. It's going to be sweet. So we'll see you then.